Hello. Welcome to part 2 of Lego Build. Let me see if I have the audio on. You know, you gotta always check these things. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, we live, everybody. We fucking live. All right. So this is part 2 of our Lego build. Because I realized at night, building this thing was actually really hard to do, and you get beard hair in your mouth because that's weird. No one likes that. Let me remove the remote here. Come on, man. All right. So we finished this yesterday. Hello there, John. How you doing? And then we did this yesterday. This is a cool build. I like this one. If it just stays together. Am I doing something here? All right, now we're gonna get into some stickers. Number 12. Because that's how we roll. It does look like a slot card, doesn't it? Yeah, it was just too dark last night. I couldn't really finish it. It's like, you know what? I'll just hold up on it. Number 8. Where is 8? Oh, it's right here. Nope, not that far off. Hello there, Greg Dillon 117. How you doing? Welcome to Lego Build, where I build something and hope to God it works. Number 11. Right? Yeah, number 11. Man, I need better lighting, that's for sure. Come on, man. Better lighting. So we just do the same thing over here. Ooh, Chick-fil-A. I like Chick-fil-A. I don't know about anyone else, but Chick-fil-A is good. Ooh, the spicy chicken deluxe. There you go. You having yourself a party with that sandwich. I remember when I went to Florida for a trip, we got into Texas, and I just pretty much got 3 spicy chicken deluxes and ate them all on the plane. It was so good. So good. There we go. Put some stickers on. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. So far, no missing pieces, so that's good. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it doesn't. Just depends. Oh, put it on right there, huh, Steve? Yeah, you could. Well, where's the fun out of that? There you go. All right. Let's move these bad boys over. Mix them in here. That's what we got so far. Ooh, I want to build a bumblebee. That'd be a cool set to do. This guy. Yeah, just doing a quick little stream to finish this up. I do have a stand that I have to put up at some point so I can put some Lego sets and display them because it'd be cool. All right, and 2 of these. But I like building car Lego sets. They're just so fascinating. How they put them all together and make it look close. Like the McLaren, the new one. Oh, that's on the top of my tippy top list. I always have to remember, don't grab the stickers just yet. Well, I got to get the piece, and now no, I got to figure this all out. No, it's not that one. Here it is. There we go. It's getting there. Here, let me adjust the chair right quick. Hold on. No. There's a piece missing. Hold on. Hold up. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. If not, still hope you have a good weekend. like it goes on like, yeah, it goes on like that. Peaceful, not much going on but ball games. Yeah, I need to watch some baseball games. I haven't really paid attention. I don't know why. I just don't pay attention. Well, how is this supposed to fit in there? Is there a gap between it? No. Did I do that right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess it has a space. All right. Cool. Oh, and then I figured it out. Duh. It's looking like a Ferrari, right? Yeah. I don't know where I have a buddy of mine who is a Yankees fan. I'll pray for him. Uh, and me as a Red Sox fan, it's a very interesting friendship that him and I have because the Yankees, I guess, clinched their playoff. Boo hoo hoo whoopie doo. It's not like they're gonna win a World Series. Red Sox kind of ruined that for them, but hopefully Red Sox make it into the wild card. It'd be cool to see them in. It ain't the playoffs unless the Red Sox and um, the Yankees are in the playoffs. It's not. And then also the Cardinals. Like I have some teams I enjoy having in the playoffs, like Cardinals, Detroit. Oh yeah. See, that's smart. The woman that you wanted to marry, she was a Bo Sox, Red Sox baby, Boston. But I get bagged on a lot for being a New England sports fan, a Boston sports fan. It's quite funny. Yeah, you got to recognize the rival, even though it's not even there anymore. Like you have the Celtics and Lakers. That rival is just dead. Like after I think what was it 2010? I think that NBA Finals, it just kind of died off. Like it's just not there anymore. And it's not to say it's because of the Reds or the Celtics and Lakers. It's more of just the sport changed. And so you had all that going on. And so it's kind of stupid that there's no rivalry on that one because it's just, I'll be honest, I liked seeing the Celtics win the 18th title. I think it was awesome. But let's be honest, that was the most boring NBA finals I ever watched in my life. It was so boring. My wife was more excited that they Celtics won than I was. And I've been a Celtics fan for 20 some years. And I'm like, eh. She's like, but they won. I was like, eh, it's okay. Like I really didn't even care. Which way does this go? I gotta time this out right. I have to put this on right. Correcto mundo. think Canadian Spider-Man is in the background. Yeah. Might be getting his mic check. Once Boston Sox won the World Series, the rival was mess. Yeah, it was back in 2004. That once that happened, it was like, that's kind of cool. It was the greatest, pretty much one of the greatest series in sports history, I think. And if you look at it, Boston has had some of the best series. You had the Patriots and Falcons Super Bowl, which, by the way, is one of the most agonizing games I've ever seen because I had anxiety. I was like, we're doomed. We're never going anywhere. Curse of the Bambino. Yeah. I'm not big on curses, but I do believe, like, for example, the Seahawks are cursed to winning a Super Bowl because of the Patriots. What up there, Canadian Spider-Man? I thought for a second it said Commando Spider-Man. That's cool. I hear Smithman. What up?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good if you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, yeah, it's these earphones better than the Bluetooth. Yeah, doing well. It's
Nice.
sunny out. We got a bunch of rain last night. I'm gonna try and get the fire going because I've got some Angus beef burgers to throw on the grill.
Oh,
I've got the meat and mustard and a grill and fire. That's it.
nice.
And coffee.
I made steaks. I made a steak about that big. But the thing is, though, because at Costco, I buy this huge entire steak and I cut it all up in pieces. And I made some strips. And the big one that I had, it was pretty much just fat surrounding the meat. So
Nice.
when you ate into it, it was just
nice.
All that fat just sucking right into the meat. I was like, oh, this is so good.
Freak, that sounds awesome. Hey, John the Beagle Dad is here. Welcome. Do we have anyone backstage that we can't see?
No, I sent a link out to Mike, but I don't know if he. I told him I was like, if you want to join, you can join. No worries. So.
Okay. So I heard you talking. You were talking to yourself then. Okay.
Yep. I like to talk to myself. Well, I'm talking to the people in the chat.
Of course.
So every once in a while, Lego Build will get some new people in the chat. And it's kind of cool. I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool.
I think I'm just gonna step behind me here and try and light a fire.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, okay. I think it's the right camera. Yep, right camera. Good.
I'm just here building things. Why does it look like? Oh, that's a weird way of putting that in there.
You get that.
But yeah, it got way too dark last night. I couldn't finish this build. Like, there's a certain point where you're like,
Okay. Now let's see. Let's see if this messes with anything.
man, there's a lot of little pieces to this thing. Holy crap.
Just gonna say, what build are you doing?
I'm doing a Ferrari. I did the older one,
Ooh,
the
Ferrari
70s.
unboxing, yes.
And I'm doing a new one.
Nice.
So it's cool, man. It's cool.
All right.
But it's putting on these stickers. It's a pain in the butt. Because I want to get them
because it's
straight. I'm very particular about the stickers, but sometimes they go on straight and sometimes they just go however they want to go.
yep. And so this is a brand new thing, so you don't have any stickers already on it because you haven't built it before.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I have this one. I've found out these two have been built differently. The instructions are a little bit different than the ones that I have. Like, it was very interesting. Like, the one I have of this one, it's a little bit a different build. Because I think this is a older one, and I ended up getting a newer one, and they changed the way you do things. That's my theory behind it, which isn't bad. It's just a different way of building it.
Okay.
I thought it
Yeah.
was cool.
But you have all the pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right. Yeah.
I
If
gotta
you can
somehow
still
put
hear
them-
me, and it sounds like you can, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna start a little fire here.
Ooh.
Little pyro action on a Saturday afternoon. It is afternoon.
Yeah. Saturday afternoon Lego build, suckers.
It is. Yeah. Another bonfire. We had a bonfire last night, which was wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Little neighborhood fire over at my buddy's fire pit.
That's cool. I wanted to do kind of more conversation, bring that podcast back, but I decided, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a Lego build. Because why not?
Yeah. Why exactly? Why not?
Right.
I did have a. Yeah. I had some interesting conversations last night, and we'll get into that later. But I have some friends that think that the women are actively being prevented from becoming doctors. But she couldn't answer who or what laws specifically.
What?
But she's she's in her 40s. She's not young.
Okay.
Yeah, that the system still prevents women from becoming doctors. Somehow she couldn't expand them. She just kept wanting to be a victim, man. I don't get it. Stop being victims, people, men and women. Stop being victims.
Yeah, don't.
I like the shorts you've been doing lately, Steve. Friggin' awesome.
Thank you. They are quite entertaining. It's actually a lot easier. It surprisingly was easy to actually do them. It's coming up with what to talk about. Like I did do a TikTok, and my wife told me, she's like, because I thought, okay, cool, I'll join TikTok because I have a friend that has it. He doesn't really necessarily use it, but I thought they changed the see the stickers, man. God dang it. Hold on. Hold that thought. I got some fat looking fingers, man. Yeah, they looks okay. There's a piece, of course, missing. Watch, I'll find it. I can actually put it on, no biggie. But anyways, so my wife, I thought they changed their privacy and everything, but turned out I'll let you cut first.
Yep, go ahead. Done.
Is that electric?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yep, it is. Battery's right there. 48
That's
volt.
a big battery.
I know. It'll go for half an hour, 45 minutes, depending. It'll cut, 16-inch diameter.
All
and
right.
it stops as soon as you take your finger off the trigger. As soon as you take your finger off the trigger, it stops immediately. So I have no safety issues doing this. It's awesome. Yep. Fantastic. It's and you don't have to friggin' start it. We use it for construction, for some of the log and post beams we do around here. And instead of like breaking out the gas chainsaw and pulling it, you just fucking pull the trigger, push the trigger, and it goes.
You just have to remind yourself, keep charging batteries. Because I've been on job sites where
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been on job sites where I'm like, crap, I gotta charge batteries. But anyways, so yeah, I did a TikTok and I started doing different than YouTube. I was getting more edgier on TikTok. And I did one where liberal women want a conservative man. And I just did it. I wasn't even thinking that this would cause an uproar. I know. So here's the thing. This is the funny thing. Is so when I posted, I was like, no biggie. It's not gonna this isn't gonna get the negative feedback that I thought it would. And I did a trolling video, one about trolling and how to actually handle trolls. And I'll be honest, Canadian Spider-Man left a comment and it actually baited me almost. Because I was like,
I trolled you.
You did. And the way you worded it almost wanted me to engage and be like, what? Like, because it didn't make sense. So. And you did it really well. I'll give you props on that one. Props where props due. Because here's the thing. Even though my show and the advices I do, sometimes I fail at them. Like I'm human. So I did one on liberal women wanting a conservative man, because a lot of liberal guys, let's be honest, they're not as masculine. Now, granted, I do know some liberal men who are very masculine and very outdoors types, but those are called unicorns. Rare. Once in a blue moon, you find them. But I got, I think, 100 comments of people just bombarding me, calling me I should go back, I should leave the country, all these things, like very hateful things. And a lot of the guys, you can tell from the profile picture, those are betas. Those are guys with low testosterone, all these things. And then you get women who are like, that's not what we think. Here's the thing. When a woman, when someone defends the opposite in a very harsh, hostile way, it means that you're being, the person is right who said that stuff. That you're being hostile to that person because you've been caught. It happens in any situation. And I finally deleted it. I was like, all right, cool. Like my phone was going, I had to shut the notifications off. It was like when I was verified on X last year before my old account got nuked. And I would just troll people. There was a point in my life where I was just very hostile in the whole trolling thing. And I've changed my ways because I realized I need to be mature. I'll troll my friends. I'll do that. I'll ball bust my friends. But I just kind of just realized this is pointless, whatever. And I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to turn a new page, a new chapter, shall we? Wow, that sounds very liberal.
Adult.
Yeah, being adults. And I just deleted it. I was like, dude, this is crazy. The amount of hate I got was ridiculous. And then my buddy's like, dude,
John.
What?
No, continue. Your buddy said what now?
It was Tyler who was talking to me about it, and he's like, dude, you hit a hornet's nest. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, look at your comments. I was like, I looked on YouTube. I was like, there's no comments. Like, no one really comments on the shorts. They just watch it. And then some people will be like, we really appreciate what you're doing, yada, yada, yada. And he goes, no, on TikTok. And so I looked on it. Holy mother. I realized, yeah. I was like, this is crazy.
Well, yeah, you obviously, but it's true. They say that they want, liberal guys who listen and share their feelings and share the emotional burden. I mean, some of them say that. A lot of the country women around here don't say that shit, but the ones that do. But then they get those guys and they don't respect them and they leave them and they use them up and throw them away. No, and they go for the guy that's the conservative, guy that can give them the tingles, the masculine dude with testosterone dripping off him, and who's got some muscles and knows how to go to the woods and kill a buffalo,
Like, here's the thing.
You're right.
The
truth hurts. Sorry, girls.
It does. Here's the thing. It's with guys, I think it works differently. When the truth hurts, it's different with guys and women. It is. Because women will get a little defensive sometimes. And I'm not saying that that's the case all the time. Guys, no, I'll say this. Guys get a little bit more defensive. Women feel like they're hurt. Guys get a little defensive because it's our image. We're trying to, like, if, for example, I was when I worked at a coffee shop. I'm gonna turn the vibrator off this thing. Holy crap. When I was working at a coffee shop, there was a guy who was majoring in gender studies, which I don't even know what that means. I really don't. And John said, he goes, how's this for ultimate troll? Watching 3 classic John Wayne movies. I don't know how that's trolling. But there was a guy who took gender studies class, and they were talking, and I was cleaning the tables, and they wanted to get my perspective. And they're like, hey, what do you think it would be a good course of action for a college degree? I was like, well, what are you guys majoring in? Because I'm out of college at this point, way out of college, like almost 10 years out of college. And they're like, well, I'm being this guy with a little list. He's like, well, I'm just my major is gender studies. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, just flat out just said it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, gender studies. And he couldn't, like, he didn't even know what gender studies meant. I was like, do you know that's point? See, here's the thing. Kennedy Spider-Man, I'm jealous. You cutting wood, you out in the middle of nowhere, very masculine. Cheers to you.
Come on out. There's room for you.
I know, man. I want to go so bad.
Oh, dude, I've got an RV, and I've got an RV that's all ready to go. I want to go out in the woods and get it and go out for a couple of nights until I come back with 2 deer. But I've got no one that has the time to go with me. Dude, it sleeps 2. It sleeps 4 actually. I'm looking for guys to come out and help me drag the deer and knife it up and cook it up.
So here's the thing. My wife, we've been talking about this, and she wants to get property, like land, and she wants to do tiny homes. And I'm kind of leaning towards that. Like, you would get how I would like to do it is get one tiny home big enough to where it's like, hey, we can raise a family, small family, but then you'd have a deck and it would connect to another tiny home. That would be the office where I would do all my Lego builds, Manorama, workshops. Like, you would see tools. Like, it would be a different background, of course. It would not be this. You would see tools in the background. Very, very like, this is your man's. And there would be a bunch of bourbon on the wall and all this stuff.
Yes. Let's do it.
And then Jack Lumen. Howdy. The horse is upside down. I think. Yeah. I don't know.
And yeah, Steve, just to answer John the Beagle Dad's question in the chat, and hello to Jack Lumen.
Yes.
Yeah, the fire ban has been lifted, John. Probably a month ago now. We had a fair bit of rain, and so they lifted the fire ban a month ago. So I've had a few, I've had a couple, and why not have a little one today before going out and seeing if I can get a deer. I'm gonna go out by myself and see if I can get something, Steve. We'll see.
All right.
I've got license for 2, and I can get a third one later on. But yeah, a couple of nice deer.
Jack Lumen, he goes 10 years out of college. Oh wow, that was 24 years ago for me. I finished college. I didn't really finish college because college is a scam. I finished in 2010.
Yes.
No, oh my gosh, it's going on almost 20 years. Jeez. Almost 20 years since I've been in college. Last time I was in college.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been 30 for me.
Oh, stay on, you stupid thing. All right. Sticker time.
Nice.
Have you guys tried Coke flavored Oreo cookie? That sounds terrible. No, I have not.
No.
That just sounds terrible.
No. I really try not to eat that shit. I really try not to.
Oh, so here's something interesting. Oreo changed their the way they make it now. Supposedly there was bleach in the Oreos.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But here's the thing. Anything you eat, like here. So I'm a big fan of grass-fed meat. It is healthy. It is amazing. It's God's given thing. Anything you eat at a store, it's all manufactured. It's terrible.
Man, did you hear? I watched most of it. You've got some. You've got some smart people down where you are, and I heard, and I don't agree with everything he says, but what he said about making America healthy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yes.
He just said common sense.
Yeah.
And did you hear the health authority of the state of Florida just recently put out statements with, and they brought all their sources. They were public for available to view, basically saying, forget about pharmaceutical intervention, shall we say, get out and get healthy and let your body's immune system do the work that it's designed to do. But you got to be healthy. And they basically said, get exercise and fresh air. Blow my mind with these revelations. Get exercise and fresh air. Eat healthy, real food that isn't processed, that's real food, and get sleep and vitamin D from the sun. And these are health authorities saying this, and they brought resources. They put their they put their sources up for everyone to see. It's like, this is how you get healthy, America. And I hope that he is granted the power to do something about it. As Robert F. Kennedy Jr. seemed to at least wanted to get America eating healthy again and getting the corporations out of the school lunch programs. And
well, it's what his uncle was trying to do.
Yeah.
All right, now I gotta find out
Hopefully
where
they
these
can.
other
'Cause,
stickers go.
I didn't know that, like, on the WIC program, the women and children, which oddly enough, there's no program the same for men. It's just women and women, infants, and children. I guess the men have to just go eat fucking whatever they can find. But on that program, you can legally, with government money, buy Coca-Cola. Because Coca-Cola sponsors the people that make the rules. It's crazy. In your school lunch programs, you can buy Coca-Cola with, like, for children and give it. Like, you're better off giving beers to children than Coca-Cola. I've heard doctors say that. I don't think they're wrong. France has been giving wine to kids for centuries, and they have much healthier kids than the people that get the Coca-Cola. If you go Central America, Steve, and you see the kids don't get water or milk. They get Coca-Cola. They all do. And I don't know how much money Coca-Cola throws to the Central American governments and the Mexican governments, but the kids are little porkers walking around, and they all have a bottle of Coke in their hand.
Porkers.
I swear to God. They're little fucking porkers walking around with Coca-Cola bottles. Sorry, it's true.
Well, I put a piece in that's not supposed to be there, and I'm having a hard time getting it out. Shit.
Well, yeah, we got to be able to speak the truth about health. Sorry, you don't look healthy. Drop the Coca-Cola. Might hurt your feelings, but you need to do some push-ups. Go for a walk. It doesn't have to be weight training. Just go for a walk and eat food that grows in the ground, and beef. Lots of beef.
Yeah.
Angus hamburgers I've got right here. Do you like the Angus, or do you like the what's the Kobe beef from Japan? Alberta beef apparently is really good, top of the world.
I like anything beef related.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I'm not picky. Yep, man, I gotta take this whole entire thing off to get this one measly little piece. Oh man.
Are you doing gender swapping surgery on that car?
Yeah, there it is. Gosh, dude, this is a pain in the butt. This was in there, man. Yeah. No Paso, the exotic meats. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you know what, Steve? I can get an elk ticket, and there's mountain ranges up here that elk do hang out at, and
elk is my favorite. Elk is my favorite meat.
Go get it.
Oh man!
Well, get your ass on a plane, grab a knife, come on up.
I know, right? I have my Rambo knife.
It's the season right now. It's in season, and I can get a ticket. I just need someone to help me carry the fucker out of the woods. Just talk to your wife. Just plant the seed.
No, she's totally down with me going hunting.
We got a month. I think we got a month. Bring Gary. Can he hunt?
I don't think he's ever. I know his dad. So his dad and we would talk about hunting and doing all these things. And I don't think Gary really ever did that stuff. I don't know if it has to do with patience. I think he would enjoy it very much.
At least with the two of us, he would.
Oh,
He'd have no choice.
It would be a blast. I think that's something a lot of guys. That's the thing. Guys just need to go hang out. Yes. Jacqueline said, doesn't need to be Kobe grass-fed beef in general. Yep, I am just old enough to remember the taste difference after producers switched to corn-fed. Yeah, it's very different. So now I can put this piece in here. Here we go. And then I can do this. For some reason, I could not get it in there. There we go. Now I got to find out where these two guys go. Does it go? on the side here. Oh, it goes down here. All right. Now I got to figure out. I skipped some pieces. I just got to see how it looks. It goes like that. All right. There we go. Oh,
Nice. Beautiful.
there's that guy. It's cool looking, man.
Nice. Yeah, it is. Especially the back end. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the Lego builds. Woo! Did you ever like ram Lego cars into each other just for fun?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Because you're a man, and that shit's fun.
That's what we do. Exactly.
Yeah. It only took almost an hour. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Wes Cagel's in the chat. Hello, Wes.
What up there, Wes Cagle?
John the Beagle dad says he dropped 50 pounds on carnivore. Yeah. Well, I mean, the more I hear about meat, and I'm not talking the carnivore only diet, but just meat in general, it's healthy. It's good for you. It's how men become strong men. And I suspect there might be a motive behind all this, the government directives trying to get us to eat less meat, Steve. They want us to be less of a threat. And guys that eat meat are healthier, stronger, and the population is healthier and stronger, and our immune systems are greater and stronger. We don't buy as many pharmaceuticals.
Yeah,
we're more easily pushed around.
Yeah, I figured out who Jack Lumen is. It took me a while, man. I figured it out. What up, brother?
Jack Lemon, right? No,
Jack Lumen. I think he's a brother of mine. I figured it out.
Yep.
Yes.
What
I got
what
you.
Is his name? I don't understand. Do you know what the name is? Do you know what it refers to?
I don't know the name, right? Because I don't know YouTube names, but he's a brother. He's a Freemason.
I see.
I figured it out.
Figured out who he is.
It took me such a long time to actually figure it out, and I was like, "Dang it!" And it never dawned on me. Go to their channel.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. John goes, they want us to eat insects. I was like, yeah. Here's the other thing. Yep. It's not a bad thing to eat insects because there's some that actually have a high protein. There's some.
Yes.
But you can't rely your body just on it. And also, I figured this out. The Israelites probably were actually pretty smart on this because one of their things is they can't eat pork. It's not because it's a religion thing. I looked into this. Since pigs can't sweat the bacteria out, like when you sweat, that's a way it's the bacteria can leave your body, and pigs can't sweat, so the bacteria sticks in, so it's not a clean meat. So, but it's good,
right?
I'm not gonna lie, it's good.
So I don't eat pork as much.
It's not because it's a Jewish thing. It's because it's like, you know, I'll have pork all here and there, but it's like I kind of want to. I'm at the age, pork loin. Oh gosh, I made I had pork shoulder pork, and I made put it in the pressure cooker. We're now talking about cooking, everybody.
Yes, please.
And
go ahead.
They it took like a few, like maybe an hour, and it became sliders, just pulled pork. Oh my
Ooh,
gosh, the amount of barbecue sauce I put in this sucker. I put a little
nice.
I put a little bit of sriracha
Maple
sauce in
syrup
it.
instead of brown sugar.
Ooh,
We
ooh.
use maple syrup here sometimes. Yeah,
That
absolutely.
would be
Instead
a
of
little
brown
bit better
sugar
because
or
it
honey.
caramelizes it
There's a
more.
lot of honey.
That would make it more
Possibly.
caramelized. It would cost what?
There's more sugar here.
Ah.
I was going to say we have a lot of honey around here, but pork here is cheaper. That's probably half the meat I eat is pork. That's why I want to go get a deer or a couple of deer. I can legally get 3, and the meat last year lasted until April. So if I could, and that was out for 2 animals. I've got rabbit in the fridge right now. I did 2 rabbit up in the slow cooker. I can go get partridge, the pheasant, whatever, spruce grouse, whatever you want to call them, bush chickens. Can get those for at least another few months. But to supplement the pork, I can't afford the beef all the time. I mean, if I stopped drinking beer, I could afford it, but I'm not going to do that.
You're like, why bother?
So I do chicken quite a bit, and try and hunt. Try and hunt and get some meat that way, if you can. But the honey around here is good, but you just have to go to places where they don't plant GMO corn, because you don't want the bees pollinating in anything GMO, or I certainly don't.
Yeah.
As healthy and natural as we can around here. And there's there's a lot of honey around here. The bees, their population has actually been increasing, which is a good thing. They're doing okay around here.
That's good. I don't know. It's like as I get older, I'm learning more about foods and how everything is processed and all that stuff. And it's like I'm kind of understanding that because Gary and I we were talking about this during COVID. No Amish person got sick.
Wow.
Like from my understanding, no Amish. Like that's the thing. I think that guys should just hone in on this whole nature. I'm not trying to be all like, oh, bro, look at me. But there is some benefits of the nature. And I'm not a big person that likes to hike. My wife does. Like, oh my goodness. My wife loves to hike. I remember she took me out hiking on a 5-mile hike. I was pissed. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. She's like, well, you signed the contract to get married. I was like, dang it.
I love hiking.
You got me.
Yep. I'll go hiking with your wife. Friggin' love hiking. Absolutely.
But for me, there's a certain point where hiking actually wears on my body because of my knees and my back. And it's mainly I don't stretch.
Downhill.
I should stretch. It's going uphill, but going downhill, like my knees actually. I remember we were going on an 8-mile hike in Hawaii. Ooh. And my sister-in-law, my wife's younger sister, she decided, because it was like there's a, see, I say, do you say creek or crook?
It's a creek up on Cripple Creek.
But it also can be a crook. Yeah, crook and crook.
No, I chase crooks. Chase them down and beat them.
But there was a little river canal creek type thing, and there was boulders, and we were hopping. She stopped, and what I do, like if I'm hopping from rock to rock, I gauge where I'm gonna go. Because I've done a lot of mountain climbing in Colorado and in the Rockies and all that stuff. Ooh. John Denver's full of shit.
I'd love to come down and see that shit, man.
Dude, there's road trip. If I'm still in California, you come and visit, man. My wife knows everything. She knows where everything is. And
I'm talking in the next couple of years. Yeah.
If we're still there, like we know some really cool places. But she stopped in Hawaii. Her sister stopped mid hop kind of thing. And like, oh, I got to get my balance right. I ended up stopping and my knees like buckled a little bit. And I can feel that I almost because my right knee, on a ski accident, I almost tore both my ACL and MCL. Like it was an actual bad accident.
Ooh,
And all it is
that's a common thing with skiers. Absolutely,
it is. And if I was snowboarding, it wouldn't happen. But it's because how you get up, like here's this. I ended up getting up and my legs, like one leg was going backwards. Yeah, almost. And I saw a doctor and he said, all it is just you've stretched your ligaments. So I was like, was there anything I could do? He's like, you could get surgery, but it's pointless because it's just something you got to deal with. So when the weather changes, my knees, like right now, my knee is kind of like throbbing. So like where I live, the weather changes a lot.
Yeah.
Man, when it gets cold, it's like this sucks. And then when it gets hot, it's terrible. So it has to be a nice middle ground. But
I gave up skiing for that reason. The last time I skied was 1987. I think I was 15. Because snowboarding, you're less likely to do that.
But then snowboarding, you're more likely to actually break your tailbone. I've seen that happen. It sucks. From what I've seen, I saw this one girl when she was snowboarding. We were snowboarding in Colorado. And my wife and I, we went to Colorado a few weeks ago to see families. Great place. And politics-wise, not so much. But great place. It was my air. I was in my own zone. I was like, yeah. And there's a chick I knew. We were learning snowboarding. She actually, you could hear it. It's a weird little pop, and she had to be taken. She had to be lifted up in a helicopter, and they said you almost cracked your tailbone. And there's a lot of issues when that happens. Yeah, it was funny. She had to wear a donut seat the entire trip. It's funny. She's like, it's not funny. I was like, yeah, it is.
Yep. And missionary for the next year. Yeah.
Yes. Dak Poet, how you doing? He said I messed up my ACL when I fell down roller skating. Dude, I've learned this. When you get older, your body just says no. But your mind says yes. We can do this. But your body, you listen to your body. That's the thing. Like I like rock climbing a lot. Like where you have to do you know the National Park Joshua Tree?
I know that there was a great U2 album involving it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went there. God, how long was this? 15 years ago. And I've lived in California for almost 20 years. Like I'm at the age now where I'm like, wow, I can do the math. 20 years in California. Way too long. But anyways,
it's a lot of brain damage.
You would like that place because there's a lot of boulders you can climb and stuff. It looks similar to Vasquez Rocks. So when Gary and
bouldering is a talent. That's a different.
It's so fun.
I haven't done a lot of bouldering. I've done rock climbing, but not like I've done a course in rock climbing. But bouldering you need extra skill for that. It's like a little even more grippy and complicated, and the roots aren't. Bouldering, going over big boulders, that's tricky shit. I'd love to get into that for sure.
It's you have to be limber. You got to be fit to do this stuff. Like I'm still young. I'm 37, still young. But I can tell my body it's getting to the aging part. And
don't listen to your body. Mind over matter. Your mind is in charge. Your mind tells your body what the fuck to do. I'm still doing handsprings out there, man. You still tell your body what to do.
When your body says, hey, I'm tired, I'm hungry, eat some food. When you eat food, don't gouge and be like, bah. But if your body is saying, hey, look, I'm tired, just relax. Because one thing I've learned doing construction is there's a point where it's like, hey, look, I could injure myself, put the tools down, and walk away.
Yeah,
like you could hurt yourself.
That's true. There's a point there where learning when to when it starts to get foolish. See, as anyone that's done a lot of snowboarding, and I lived in Whistler ski resort for on and off for 20 years, and we all know this. You get hurt on your last run down out of the mountain because you're tired, you're careless. You just, oh man, I'm just on a snowboard. I'm just keeping the edge barely, and you can just let it drop and fuck, you catch an edge and you're out and you're done. And it always happens the last because you get sloppy and careless because you're tired. So you're right on that point, Steve. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, but it's like
your body says, I need a break.
But here's the thing: we're men. We don't listen. We look up. I could climb Mount Everest, and your body's like, "Fuck no, you can't." Watch me. Guess what? One of you is going to win.
Sort of. Yeah. Nope. Tell your body what to do. You're in charge of your body on that point.
But if
stretching, you mentioned, I think you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I need to start doing that.
And it takes longer to heal the older you get. Like especially between like your late 40s and late 30s. When you hit your late 40s, it takes twice as long as in your late 30s. And I don't know why. 10 years doubles the healing time. Fuck me.
Yeah. Jeez.
Wow, your chat is on fire, man.
I know. It's the back of your head look ridiculous.
Do you have another build to do?
No. Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I might.
And thank you, Doc Poet. I'm glad you like the background. Yeah, it's just my regular. I'm not too far from the house, but I live in the country, so it's easy to do this. And yeah, we've been allowed to burn. Now we can't have huge slash burns. They're ready to go for, I think, November. Giant slash piles. I'll try and set up the camera because some of them are as big as a house, and they light those up once the snow falls. Now, I'll try and set up the camera and catch something like that. But having the fire is nice. But I burned the pop filter on my mic from sparks, and every piece of clothing I own have like burn holes in it from the sparks. But
yeah, I got a Lego build.
It is a cool background. Thank you. Nice, awesome.
Here,
Is that?
Let me go get some.
That was too quick, Steve.
What?
We didn't hear it. We didn't see it. You flashed it. What the hell is that?
It's a Pagani. Hold on. Let me get some Ziploc bags for these pieces right quick. Hold on.
All right. That is awesome. Oh, and do you like this? I like this shirt. I try and wear it on a Saturday so the kids can see it. It's a Newt motherfucker. Love Pengu. If you guys are old cartoon fans, Pengu is he's sort of like Mr. Bean. He outdates Mr. Bean. He's older than Mr. Bean, but doesn't make a lot of other than Newt. I've never heard him say the motherfucker part though. But, yeah, fantastic for being here. Oh, I hope having an axe on YouTube is okay. Sorry, YouTube, but it's just for wood. Just for wood. We only cut wood with it. But all right. I can pay attention to the chat. Jacqueline says, John the Beagle Dad. Nah, brother. Same here, actually. Goat, mutton, venison is even more spendy. Most of my beef is 730 ground beef mixed with pork. Ooh, excellent for doing that. I got a farmer up the road who I do some mechanical work for. It will just doesn't matter. I do jobs for him, and he pays me in beef sometimes. So I've got beef in the fridge right now from a local farmer, and he does grass-fed beef, not grass-fed thief. Grass-fed beef. Fantastic. Just local, like, I don't know, maybe a 5-minute drive. Local beef is important. And men start eating more meat, less vegetables, more meat. And if you're going to eat veg,
butter and garlic.
Make it like manly veg. Butter and garlic. I grew my own garlic, Steve. And get this. So obviously I harvested it about a month ago. And obviously I didn't get all of it because now there's a new crop of garlic coming up and it's fall. And I think I'm just going to let it grow and see what happens.
Nice.
The carrots are coming up. I do like carrots because they're good. Bugs Bunny eats them. I'll eat carrots.
Carrots are good. Hey, do you know what a vegetable is?
Yeah, no. Someone
I have
that's
a
been
funny story about
had
that.
a full frontal lobotomy, I think, makes you a vegetable.
God, I love you, man. You're hilarious.
I know. I have a list of people that I would help volunteer to help get them a full frontal lobotomy, starting with fancy socks.
So here's the
You know
thing.
the fancy socks. You've got
you know
enough
who?
Canadian friends.
So we're gonna do this. The Pagani.
Nice.
Do you know? So do you know who Destiny is? It's a guy who likes to debate people.
Destiny. No, I know Destiny's Child. They had one or two good songs.
Yeah.
But
So
no, I have I heard. Is he a podcaster? Maybe I've heard
Yeah.
of Destiny. Maybe.
You probably have. He talks really fast, like
Okay.
Ben Shapiro. Anyways,
Okay.
so I didn't know this. Did you know there's actually no definition? What am I stepping on? Oh, no definition of what a vegetable is.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know this. Name a vegetable.
Corn on the cob, I guess. Around
That
here,
is
there's
not.
lots of corn.
Oh crap! So like, okay, so here's an example. If you say carrot, that's
You thought I
actually
was
a
gonna
verb.
say tomato, didn't you?
Like lettuce. That's just a leaf.
Well, can a leaf be a vegetable?
There's no definition of a vegetable. Here's the thing. So you know who Dole is, the company?
It's corn on the Bob Dole.
No, not Bob Dole.
Bob Dole says.
So there's a company.
Yes, I know
named
Dole.
Dole. So when they were
Yeah.
in Hawaii, they realized when you say your fruits and vegetables, it's like your fruits and your roots, leaves, like all these different things. So they just put a bunch and combined it as vegetables because it's like defining it. And so then they changed what vegetable is. There's no definition. There's no such thing as a vegetable. I didn't know this. My wife even's like, hey, name a vegetable. I was like, carrot. She told me differently. I think broccoli is flower. Like all these weird things. And tomato is a fruit.
It is, yeah. What about corn?
Corn, stalk.
You're naming parts of a plant, but that doesn't mean it can't be a vegetable.
No, that's what it is. It's not.
Corn is not the stalk. You can remove all the corn and you still have a stalk.
But it's not. It's not a vegetable though. Like, I don't know.
I think a lot of fifth graders would disagree with you.
No, look it up. Here. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Now, see, this is okay.
I'll do it on my phone.
I think I've got potatoes that I forgot to harvest up there. I think I do.
Check this out. This is gonna be crazy.
And yeah, potatoes are not a vegetable.
Is there a definition for vegetable?
Corn is a sugar. It can be used to make sugar, same as beets. We get a lot of people growing beets around here to be turned into sugar for some reason.
So the rumors are true. Vegetables aren't real. Because they branched everything together as a vegetable. There's actually no such thing as vegetables. And it's because the Dole changed everything. Yeah. Mind blown. I didn't
Figures a corporation would do that.
The what?
Yeah, of course, a corporation. There must be a monetary reason for that. There must be monetary gain somehow.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't like. It's a lot easier to say vegetables than it is to name off the actual definition. Can you pass me the leaf? You want to have some leaf? Do you want some ranch with your leaf? Like it does it. Yeah, it's.
Well,
That was something.
what about a cucumber? Is that a fruit now?
It's a veg. It's in the vegetable terms.
Where's JRC today?
I don't know.
I saw him on the panel with Gary and Andy on Doomcock's Pop Culture Breakdown. Congratulations, JRC.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There was
Mike,
someone.
The Comic Relief Crusader as well.
Yeah. There is someone who they asked a really good questions on Tuesday night about like how do you get a woman, how do you date a woman, all these things, like really good questions. And so for the 100th,
recommend it.
Well, some people don't want to date or can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. Canadian Spider-Man.
That's why I'm scared. I'm terrified. And it's your fault. Your fault. I don't know the difference. I thought I fucking knew.
No, you will. In person, I know. You would know the difference in person.
I'm second guessing everything. And
so it was a good question. A lot of good, really good questions. So for the 100th episode for Manorama, which is 2 weeks after the 2-year anniversary of Manorama in November, we're doing a Q&A. So you can ask all the questions you want. And we will actually dive into these questions. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be a blast. But I got to get through the 2-year anniversary first, because that's going to be fun. I don't know what you're doing on November 5th, but I'm voting and gonna have a blast. Here's the thing. I think so. There's people that actually do streaming and they get a little cocky, a little arrogant. Here's the thing. If you do an anniversary episode, it's the only time you can be cocky. And it's because it's like, look at what I've accomplished. And I'm going to be one cocky son of a bitch. Now let's see if I remember how this is built, because I have the same thing.
Yeah, we'll have some adult beverages that evening, and we might talk. Boy, I don't know though, Steve. I've heard they're gonna get him with poison. Then that might work, eh? Holy
did you hear? We might get kicked off of YouTube for this one, but did you hear? Because I don't care. YouTube can suck a big old giant balling-a-ding-dong. Did you hear about the people at the, I think it was the Arizona rally, Trump rally, that people were getting sick? Now, I'm not saying like they were getting dizzy, tired, and their face was puffy. I'm not saying this is true. All right. Don't go online and be like, Rancor Steve said this and this and that. No, I'm not. From what I heard is some people are saying that this was a third attempt to take out Trump and it didn't work. Here's the thing. If you've tried 3 times, let's say it is true. If you tried 3 times, you might want to just give up. Just do that.
Yeah.
Be like, you know what? It didn't work out the first 2 times. It didn't work out now. We're moving on. Do that, guys.
No, well, and that's, that is not going to solve anything, because you don't understand it. it's not Trump that is making half of America pissed off. Half of America was already pissed off, and Trump came to be the guy they're going to vote for. So if you get rid of him, you're still going to have half of America pissed off with what's going on.
Yeah. And Wes Cagle,
Doesn't
how you
seem-
doing? Hey, do you want me to send you a link, Wes Cagle? I'll send you a link so you can come on. I'll do it anyways.
Yeah, he's fun.
I'll
He's
do it
fun.
anyways. Wes Cagle's a pretty cool cat. Meow meow.
What does Jack Lemmon mean when he says he was born in the Jello Belt?
I have no idea.
And yeah, sugar is beet sugar. Yeah, way less prominent these days compared to CNH and cane sugar. Cane sugars, natural cane sugars, I hear healthier for.
Yes, it is. Because it's natural.
And you can taste the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you have Coca-Cola down in, not that you would, but down in, I sampled it in Central America, and it's made with cane sugar in Central America, and it tastes a lot different. It does. It is more natural.
Well, the Mexican Coke is different.
Yep, of course. That and we grow a lot of corn for sugar up here. We do grow beets, sugar beets, and cane. I had cane sugar. It was in India, and also Thailand. It's pretty common in Thailand, where guys have little carts with little motors on them and a press, sort of like those old laundry presses that your grandmother might like run old clothes through. So they run sugar cane through it. And there's no guard on the thing. Sometimes you see a guy missing an arm, and you know exactly what the fuck happened there. It's
nothing to see here, OSHA.
It's a real thing. So they run the sugarcane through these presses and squeeze out this clear liquid that is sugarcane juice, and it's not overly sweet. It's refreshing. They put ice in it, and it's refreshing. It's not like super sweet sugar water you'd think at all. It's really good, and it seems like it would be like natural and maybe healthy for you.
And never too old for Lego. How you doing? So I did this last night. I did half of this last night. I finished it. I just finished it. 2 Ferraris, and I'm doing the Pagani Lego set right now.
Nice.
And I'm looking for the pieces.
Which one's more expensive in real life? I wonder.
This one.
The Bugatti. Oh,
well, actually, that's a good question. I don't. I don't know. With the Pagani or the old Ferrari? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not rich. I don't have the money to find out. Here's the question: if money was not, if money was no issue, what kind of car would you get? If any motorized, electric, whatever it is, what would it be? And why? Wow. There's the question. And why?
See, I want to say a hearse to turn it into the Ecto 1, but
how?
Not including that. Geez,
Oh, for peace sake. Why is it so hard to find this one piece? Carry on. Wow, I'm just rambling. I can't find pieces.
I'm thinking like
oh, right here.
Hey, what were those cars that were the Latinos used to drive them, and they're half truck and half car?
El Camino.
Yes, I would like an old El Camino.
You would drive it
because you get the benefits of car and a truck. And I can work, if it's an old one, I can work on it and keep it. If it's got points and a carburetor, I can keep it running for decades. And the government can never take control of my car. because they can't. These electric cars, man, you watch. Within a decade, the cops will have a button. They can just boom, your car's dead.
Well,
You're
California,
busted,
they want to tax you on their miles because they push for electric cars, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're not getting any gas, like oil money coming in. Well, what did you think, you dipshits? California. Here's the thing: anyone watching, people in California understands how screwed up. Hey, Dark Helmet, how you doing? Understands how screwed up California is. People think like, oh, Gavin Newsom, he's great. He's like, no, he's the Joker. He literally is. He's the embodiment of Joker. So people understand how stupid California is. It's a wonderful state. Beautiful state. Where I live, gorgeous. But politically, it is one of the stupidest, moronic places to ever live. Because all these people, it's a fear-mongering state. Communism, pretty much. I live in a fucking communist state. That's pretty much what it is. Yes. If you don't agree, fuck off.
Me too. Me too.
And well, yeah, you're screwed no matter what. But
I know.
I love California for the fact that you get all the different seasons, all these things. It's a beautiful state. It is gorgeous, hands down, one of the best states. But politically wise, holy manolis, no. And so people are like, oh, we need Gavin Newsom as the next president. I'm like, are you guys that stupid? And everyone in California is like telling people, don't do this. Like what he's done to this state, it's crazy. Like he did some kind of like, oh, I'm cleaning up he went to the LA River and he started cleaning up that area. He's like, see, I'm doing something important. And I'm like, dude, how long does it take for you to understand that you've doomed this state, this beautiful state? Like that's why I'm like, dude, I'd rather live in Texas or somewhere else, somewhere in the South where it's like I can stay away. Like here's the thing.
Yep. South Dakota, no income tax.
Yeah, but then you got high property tax with that. Like Texas has very high
I have an RV.
Well, yeah, but if you own property or anything, the taxes for property tax is a lot higher. It has to balance it out a little bit. But like Oregon doesn't have state tax. Here's the thing. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I do not. There's a few things I am very steadfast on is like me as being a Christian, and then but it's as long as you don't push your agenda. I don't push my political agenda. I don't. Unless it's like a really stupid person, then I will. But in general, as long as we can agree to disagree and just move on. I have a friend. We don't agree on a lot of things, but if we lived in a different universe, him and I would be blood brothers. Like it's just that simple. And we understand that. We don't agree on a lot of things, but there's a common ground. You have to have a common ground. So when you get people who go, I'm going to vote for this, I'm like, really? You've lived here for how long? And how, like, you just want to live in this whole entire infested dump? That looks so good.
Yes. Angus beef burgers, folks.
Oh, man. Angus beef.
Beef.
I like that you cut me off, and I'm like, oh, that looks good.
Sorry.
No, it's so good. It's good, man. You know what? It's tasty.
Yeah, but we got to be able to agree to disagree as men and not get our panties in a fucking bunch.
Like for me, I'm against abortion. Like I'm against abortion. There's actually good reasons why. I was adopted as a kid, and who knows? My mom, birth mom, there's some point she's like, I want to have an abortion. She was very young when she had me, and good thing, I'm very thankful and blessed and thank God every day that she didn't, because I got into a very loving family. I was adopted into a family that really appreciated having kids, and from that I just learned, hey, the value of what adoption is, and that's a very personal thing for me. doesn't mean I'm going to go out and spout out all my agendas and all this stuff. No, it's like if someone asks, that's the thing. I don't share the gospel. Being someone who's a Christian, that is something that it's as a Christian, that's what we need to do. But me personally, if someone asks me, sure, I'll tell you about Jesus. No problem. As long as you ask me, because I don't want to push people away. It's like, why can't we have a structure where we're all we may not see eye to eye, but it's like, you know what? At least we can work together for the common good. And I sound like a fucking politician right now. I'm not. But that's the thing. It's like, I may not agree with Canadian Spider-Man who's like, don't date and all this stuff. Like, you know what? That's your opinion. But here's the thing. I love you for who you are. And it's like, you're a great guy. It's
Same.
Some people might think I'm a complete asshole and a dick. Rightfully so. But in the end, it's like, as long as you get
nice.
What?
You can still be a dick and still be a good guy.
Yeah, here's the thing. Would you rather be friends with a dick or an asshole?
Well, someone that was truthful. Yeah, just hang on a second. I've got a neighbor dog coming over to say hi.
Hi, how are you doing? But yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like, you know what? This whole, like, people say, oh, we need change, we need this. It's like, dude, the only way things are going to change, especially in the state, is when people realize we the people. It's literally tattooed on my arm. We the people. It's a reminder that the government we don't work for the government. The government works for us. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's literally in the Constitution. I'll get off my high horse on that one. But yeah, it's the moment we just start bagging on someone. I remember when it's like no one talked about who they voted for. I don't care who you voted for. Just give me a good reason why you voted for someone. Like, some people are like, oh, we just need a woman in the office. Okay, cool. What is that person going to bring to the table? Like, if you're just voting for someone because you don't like someone's mean tweets or something like that, it's like, dude, that's not a good reason. You got to have to come up with a reason why you want to vote for someone. That's all. That's my whole beef. Yeah, it's so growing up, my mom, she raised me being homeschooled, and I got picked on a lot. And I mean, I still do, but I opened the doors up for that one. But it's my mom raised me. She homeschooled. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she pretty much raised us in a Christian value home. And I was homeschooled pretty much all the way to college, and people made fun of me who was like, oh, homeschool, you're stupid and all this stuff. Man, I finished high school when I was 14. Ended up getting my GD, all that stuff. Like, I was good. But now people who made fun of homeschools are like, you know what? I think we're going to homeschool our kids. Oh, really? Which I think is cool. I think doing that, man. Like, my trips, this is what I did for my trips. Like, field trips was going to Boston, going all to these historic things. That was it. Just learning history. I love world history. I think it's fascinating. And that's what we did. Like, I think before you become parents, I mean, when you're young, you can't plan to have a kid. It's like, I'm learning that. And yeah, homeschooled kids are smart. We are. We're also mentally not all there sometimes.
See, I can make fun of it. I was homeschooled.
It's like what Alex Jones told Joe Rogan. I might be half retarded, but it's like I think that when you become parents, you have to have some values. You can't just be like, "Oh, I'm going to put a computer or phone in front of their face." No, I made the decision. My kids are not going to have a phone until they're like they'll have like a flip phone, but they're not going to have a smartphone until they're well into high school. I don't want none of that stuff because it's this whole brainwash thing. I think smartphones are a brainwash tool. I'm trying to find these pieces and I can't find them. Where are they, man? I'll find them somehow. I keep bumping into this. And people are like, why are you bumping into it? Because I can. Ooh, we have someone in the background. Done. All right, Wes Cagle. You might, I don't know if you've ever been on Rumble Studios, but you have to choose the mic that you want. Whether it be in the settings on your computer or down below on Rumble Studios, you can pick the mic setting. It's very weird. It's not like StreamYards. It's very confusing. And I'm trying to look for this piece. Where are... Oh, you're right here. So, yeah, I would love to homeschool my kids if I have kids. If I do, my wife will teach them all science, all these things. My wife is stupid smart. Like, holy crap. She's a scientist. Yeah. You know how women always marry up? I married up. I hit the jackpot with my wife. That's how I did it. She's smart. She's way smarter than I am on a lot of things. I'm more street smart. But book smart, dude, she can rock your world with what she knows. It's crazy. And being a biologist, I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? I think she hit, yeah, it's a bachelor's in science. Unlike Bill Nye and the Science Guy, who does not have a jack lick diddle squad. How you doing, Wes Cagle?
Doing all right.
Hey, welcome to Lego Build, where I just ramble on and 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 on.
It's all good. It's all good.
Sweet. So what's new in your neck of the woods there?
Jersey. Just as insane and stupid as it's always been.
It smells.
Hey, Wes Cagle.
What's up? What's up, Canadian Spider-Man? What's going on?
Good to see you. Just trying to keep my meat from burning on the fire. There's a lot of coals here going on.
There's an innuendo joke right there. See, Lego Build it's offensive to some people, I've noticed.
Why?
I don't, dude, if I knew the answer to that one, I don't know. I just know some people are like, it's so offensive what you're talking about. I was like, because I have grown men on. What do you expect?
Oh, okay. The conversation they find offensive, not the building of the Legos. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned in the chat earlier that my brother had bought me. Well, we grew up building Legos. I was building them in the 70s when I was a little kid, and so one of they had these two. There was a small one and a large one. They were called the Galaxy Explorer. Well, they came out with a anniversary edition, like the 40th or 50th anniversary edition of it, or whatever it was. He got it for me for my birthday in May, and just last month I finally got around to building it. I started building at 5 on Friday. It was a Friday, and I figured it's about 4:45. I said, I got a little bit of time before Friday Night Frolics. I'll sit down and build this thing. It took me till 11:15 to finish the thing. I said, Jesus God, I've never spent that much time, even when I was a little kid, building something like that.
What was it you said?
The Galaxy Explorer.
Oh, dude, that thing is, yeah. I did, the longest I did a build was the Back to the Future car. Like when I did it, I was drunk when I was building it the first time because my wife got it for me for my birthday, and I did it in
Nice.
4 hours. But doing it on a live stream, good luck.
Yeah, well, I didn't start drunk when I started the building the thing, but since it was Friday Night Frolics, that's a drinking night. So by the time I was finished, and I had Friday Night Frolics playing in the background, yeah, I was not building so good. I'm surprised it was finished.
See, drinks, hanging out with people. What I would love to do is there's an actual Lego convention near me, and I'm not going to be able to make it because I'll be in Texas. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a man's wet dream of Lego building for sure. And my wife's like, how about you go do this? It's like, we're going to Texas. I can't do this. I'm spending way too much. And then Dak Poet says, I like your tattoo, Steve. You have We the People in some film. Cool. Yeah. So on this one, I did We the People, and then I did Benjamin Franklin's Join or Die tattoo. It's a little bit bigger than I thought. And then I have the film reel that's not finished. It's a 35 millimeter film. As much as I hate Star Wars, I got Boba Fett because he's my favorite Star Wars character. I got tattoos, man. I want to get more.
Hey, do you know a little trivia? You know where Boba Fett's first appearance was?
It was a parade.
Oh, I mean on film.
Oh. I want to say Empire Strikes Back.
Nope.
But I feel like the Christmas holiday special?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the little cartoon in the holiday special. At least that's when I looked it up, that's what it said it was. I mean, you never know what's actually.
I know his first appearance in public was at a parade.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you know who designed
Parade?
The suit?
Who designed the helmet? He also designed the Millennium Falcon.
No, I do not know.
Joe Johnston.
Do I know him from anything else?
So he did. Have you ever seen The Rocketeer?
No, but now that you mention that makes a lot of sense. Then
you've seen You've seen the first Captain America movie, right?
Yes. He
did that. That was Joe Johnston.
That's cool.
Phenomenal director. He was ended up going to be doing Chronicles of Narnia for Netflix, and then things happened, and he's not doing them anymore. I guess I don't know. I don't know anything about. I've asked my brother and all them, hey, what do you know about the new Chronicles of Narnia? From what I heard, they're not doing it, but he's retiring after 50 years of film work, and I'm like, the guy, like, he also did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He did a lot of good stuff. He's a phenomenal director. He designed the Boba Fett and then Millennium Falcon.
Shout out to Rick Moranis. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh yeah. Yes.
For a second there, I was like, Rick Moranis is in the chat? What? I feel honored.
No, he's in your panel.
I know. You look like Rick Moranis.
Man, I think the Comic Relief Crusader and Mike and I should do a Bob and Doug sketch for sure.
Oh God, please do it. Please, that would be awesome.
I wanted to expand on something you said just a little while ago, Steve, is about how men need to get out and don't be afraid to get out in the woods and in nature and try and go, get a little more closer to the land, maybe hunting. And I think there's an opportunity to set up. My brother and I have been talking about this. I'd love to bring maybe guys that are younger and need an opportunity to have someone teach them how to do some of that shit, man. I'd love to bring them out here and show them how to do that stuff.
It's a Manorama week vacation away from the women.
Cool.
That's right.
Wes Gagel's like, yes, absolutely. Please. I live in a smelly state.
Well, I moved from North Jersey. I'm down. I actually live in the middle of the Pine Barrens now, so
Oh, that's not too bad.
it's much better down here. Much better. This
Where
is
the
the
hell
red.
is the Jello belt
I don't know.
in America?
I don't know. I've never heard that.
Doc Poet mentioned it.
Here, I'll look it up. I think I know where it is.
Yeah, well,
I think it's a southern thing. You said the
Oh,
Jello
okay.
belt?
I do like ambrosia salad. I love ambrosia salad.
Oh, you like to toss the salad?
No, I don't think you toss ambrosia salad. I think it just sets in Jello. Ooh. Those might be overdone.
Wait, what did he say? The jelly?
The Jello belt. He said, I live in the Jello belt. Yeah, sure. Hadn't heard it before. We were talking about sugar.
Oh, it's
and sugar
Utah.
in general.
It's Utah. It's part of the surrounding state. Okay.
Ow.
All right.
Aha! Fire hot.
No shit. Oh man.
Okay, that fire's a little too hot for cooking. I should have let it come down because those are normally I don't like them burned that much, but they are cooked at least.
Well, that's good.
And just with some bold and spicy mayo.
Dak Poet says, I know what you mean
Yeah.
about book smart because my dad is a total book smart. Yeah, people who are book smart, they drive me nuts.
Yes.
Book smart people can be some of the stupidest smart people that I've ever met.
Yeah.
I can identify as that. I used to be just nothing but book smart until I had a mentor, an older guy, girlfriend's father, and he showed me to take my nose out of a book and turn a wrench and swing a hammer.
Oh.
I used to be book smart until I was 16, and then the father of a girlfriend that I was with at the time owned a construction company and got me involved there.
Have you ever noticed when you're dating someone, the dad will always teach you things, and it's like,
oh yeah, well he wants his daughter. He wants his daughter to be with somebody who knows stuff and can handle themselves.
Right.
And then he's like, I don't think this is working for you and my daughter. And you're like, yes, sir.
Yep.
Oh man, one of the things that annoys me, especially when you date, like when you're dating and the chick that you're dating has brothers, and they're like, if you do anything to my sister, I'm like, bitch, please. I hate that. Like, you gonna intimidate me?
Yeah. Yeah. Stop. If your brothers realize that your sister can be a manipulative bitch, and chances are she's gonna hurt him.
Here's the thing: you leave it up to the dad.
Yeah.
That's where I come into play. Oh, you're taking my daughter on to the prom, and I'm not cleaning my shotgun. All right. I want my daughter home by this time. Well, I don't know. What? Come again? Yes, sir.
Guys need to stick together. You take the guy's side. Your daughter is probably lying.
Well,
the guy probably didn't do what she said he did.
I'll tell this story
Even if
after.
It's your daughter.
I don't want to get in trouble. There is a story that
we're already
okay,
there.
so I'll just tell this story. All right. I don't care if I get in trouble. I've
there.
never done anything wrong. I have good morals, good standings. And when I lived in Nebraska, it was when I was in college, first year of college. That's what it was. And met this chick at a bar. I was like, all right, that's cool. And and I knew her sister too, because her sister was in film school. And she's like, yeah, let's go on a date. I was like, all right, cool. That was tasty. I'm a weird looking nerd. Cool. Someone want to actually go on a date with me? Cool. So I go and pick her up, and the dad comes out. And I knew the dad too. And I was like, oh, it's this family. That's cool. And they went to the same church. And they're like, oh, you here to pick up my daughter? And I was like, yeah. And I'm not going to give out any names. And I was like, yeah, I'm here to pick up so and so. And they're like, excuse me? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm here to pick up. Turns out his youngest daughter had a fake ID, all this stuff. And I was like, sir, it was nice to meet you. I'm going to go this way. He knew instantly. And boy, was she in trouble. Like, I heard that she was grounded for a long time, like just lying about her age. That's the thing. Like, women, guys, we suck at lying about us. Women, it's easier for them to lie. So, guys, just be aware.
They're better at it.
And I met up with the dad. I ended up having coffee.
Evolutionarily, they had to be, though.
Yeah, I ended up spending the day golfing with the dad, and he's like, you're a really cool guy. You're really nice and genuine and stuff. And I'm glad that you respected that. It shows you have a moral and stuff. I was like, dude, I didn't. And he's like, dude, supposedly this has been going on for a few years. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, it's like, it's weird. Like, and it turned out he didn't discipline in a good way to his kids. The oldest daughter turned out to be fine, but the youngest one was rebellious, all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, it's bad news. And I'm like, dude, you need to get her checked out because bad things can happen. And yeah, he's like, I know. So yeah, that was my instance of like scared. I was like, nope, not me.
Yeah, and some guy maybe wasn't as lucky and could go to jail, and she'll get off with it.
Exactly.
Not good. You got to check ID, folks, and you got to learn how to spot fake IDs as a dude these days.
Well, for you have to look for the Adam's apple between the legs.
There's a lot I got to know.
The shoulders. Right? Yeah, man, you got a lot to do.
Well, you can avoid the age thing by obviously don't go after any. Keep between the age of 25 and 35, and you'll be fine. Just stick between 25 and 35, and then you won't have an age issue.
I feel like there's a piece supposed to go there. Is there? Yes. Dang it. But yeah, it's like, it's like when you go on a blind date or like you meet a chick online, like an online dating thing, and you meet her and she's like 100 pounds more than what she said online. You're like, well, I did watch a video where the guy's like, does size matter to like height and size and all that stuff for a guy? And the girl's like, yeah. He pulls out a scale. He's like, all right, step on the scale. She got pissed. You can't have it both ways.
Yes. See?
It's like, right. I'm going to do, hey, Orville Nation, how you doing? I honestly, if I'm going to do that, I think Manorama is going to do a little Q&A where we talk to women and be like, what do they want in a man? And the height and all this stuff, I'm just going to pull out a scale, step on the scale. Do it.
Yep. I like it.
If they get mad, I'm like, you can't get mad for what you want and what a guy wants. Like, you can't. No. Because they're always like, you have to appreciate
I identify as 5'10". Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 5'4", 37 years old, 150 pounds, bald, gray haired.
Mm-hmm.
I have a reading disability. Not much going for me, but I can build you some stuff.
That's right.
Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm building some Legos. If you don't like it, too bad.
Wait, and I don't know if it maybe Wes Kegel, have you heard that wasn't it one of the guys from Top Gear? Was it James May that went and went to the land of Lego where they invented it? And I think he built an entire house out of Lego and slept a night in it.
I think I vaguely remember hearing something about that. Aren't Legos from Sweden? Is it Sweden? It's a Scandinavian company, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe, yeah.
California,
that's
like
pretty cool.
the United States, kind of ruined it because I thought growing up Legos were invented in the States because America's awesome.
Yep.
No,
you
turns out that's not the case at all. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Velcro is invented by Canadians.
The Lego means fun in Swedish or something. I forget what it means. It's some kind of.
Well, they got it right. Legos are fun. I remember someone's like, Legos are for man-child and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, Legos are fun. If David Beckham will build Lego late at night, I can do it.
I had a. It must have been probably about. There's all the space sets. They have those rectangular plates that most of the things are built on, and then they have runways and landing pads and stuff. Well, on my floor in my room when I was a kid, I had an entire space city built with runways and landing strips. It was about 12 feet by 5 feet, so it covered almost most of my floor. Anyway, and then I got tired of the space sets, and I took that all apart and put them in buckets, and then I was buying the castle stuff, and so I had a huge castle area too. And eventually that came down. Well, I had them all in buckets, so I mean, there's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Legos up in the attic. And when I had my daughters, they found them, and my one daughter took a liking. She that's all she does. She builds. She buys those sets of historical buildings and stuff, and she builds those now.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So she has all my space ones. So I don't know.
Yep.
Hopefully she's keeping them, safe.
She is. She's like, don't touch this.
They were fantastic. And you could use anything that was shaped like a cone or a jet and make it like a thruster or I love doing stuff like that.
Yep.
And yes, and Doc Poet, I did go to Thailand and Japan and Australia. Spent quite a bit that's why I don't have a house. That's why I don't own other.
That's why you don't marry. You're like, hey, look, there's one night.
Spend all my money traveling.
I thought it was
and I do a travel show every Thursday. You can catch me. We did China last week. Thursday we did Ireland. I had William Shakespeare Spielberg come on, and we did Ireland and Northern Ireland, and that was fantastic. Just looking at photos that I had taken and discussing the castles. We did a lot of castle talk, which was fun.
Did you know it's cheap to own a castle?
Really? Yeah.
But it's
cheaper than buying property in Vancouver.
It is, but here's the thing. Here's the catch. It's expensive to keep it up. That's the catch. It's like buying a muscle car. Oh yeah. So you said El Camino, Wes Cagle. If money was not an issue, what would be your car that you would get, and why?
Well, God, I would love to have a Jeep Wrangler again. I had one when I was younger. I had a 94 Wrangler. Thing was a tank, man. It was the best car I ever had.
Nice.
All right.
So I think maybe that, but I mean, if you're talking unlimited funds, and I'm just buying one for a toy, that I just get to show off. I would absolutely love to have a GT40.
Ooh.
But of course, I'm not driving that on the street. But if I'm being practical, I would love to have either a Wrangler again, one of those new ones, the four doors, the ones that are extended that have four doors, or if not that, fully restored. Everything modern inside. All fully restored as far as So it's I'm not going for purism, but get it like a '65 Mustang convertible coupe and make it all modern.
There you go. For me, a truck.
Yeah,
That's all I want.
any truck, or any truck in particular.
My dream truck is Ford Raptor, but I realize that's expensive.
Okay, you know what? Let me. You know what? I was just thinking about it, because me and my brother had this. We're talking about these. He took a picture of one he saw on the street. I changed my mind. I want a 1944 German Kugelwagen.
Ooh. Those are nice.
That's not the monster.
No.
That's not the beast.
They call it. We call it the thing. I think.
The thing.
It's been called the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking the beast. I saw 2 of those in Malacca in Pacific Coast of Mexico, and I had no idea what they were.
They're awesome.
There's 2 of them in the Jalisco state in Mexico going around.
Yeah. If I couldn't get one of those, like a 1940s Willis Jeep would be really cool, really fully restored. I'd buy a.
Yes.
I spend the money to get a 50 cal and put that right on the back of that son of a bitch.
Wes Cagle, I knew
Man,
you were cool.
I want to live somewhere where we can do that.
Now, if money was not an option, it'd be a '68 Mustang Shelby GT 500.
Oh yeah, nice.
You want to talk about a gorgeous, sexy car, man?
Yeah.
Nice.
That'll give you some boner. Like I saw. So my wife, we do. We've looked at cars, and she likes old cars, and she also likes drinking whiskey here and there, and
of course.
She's like, what's that? And it's rare to find a Mustang Shelby GT 500. Rare. It's also expensive to keep the car going. And I looked at it and I thought I had a tear run down my face because it was such a gorgeous car. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, just give me a moment.
Yep.
Nice. That's nice.
Fantastic.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Now, if I'd like to pair things up, I'd like to have that Mustang I was talking about with a tow dolly that I could hook onto a fully restored Winnebago, and then I would not have any house. I would not live anywhere except for wherever that Winnebago was parked.
Yep.
There you go.
I would drive and visit every state in this country.
That's my idea when I retire. Yeah. I've got
great.
the RV ready to go. Yep, a '79 Dodge, man.
Nice. I used to own a 1978 Chevy Coachman.
Ooh.
It died. I didn't realize this. I was stupid. I was a young kid anyway, so
it's okay. We were all stupid when we were young.
I was about 23, I think I was, and I couldn't figure out how come. I was like, you know what? This is strange. The temperature gauge never moves off the seat at all. Apparently, it was broken, and the water pump was faulty as well. The water pump was problems, and I kept wondering why I kept having to fill it up, and it kept boiling over. I'm like, what in the hell's going on here? Well, I'm driving down 295 to South Jersey one time, and it just died. The whole thing just seized.
Oh man!
So that was the end of that. But
so I had one of the cars I had from my brother was a 2005 Mustang GT. Now I understand 2005's Mustangs were very girly. Not this one. He said the only thing you got to do is actually just pay for the front axle to be fixed. I was like, yeah, no problem. And that's all I had to pay. I was like, cool. And then I ended up finding out muscle cars are the most impractical thing in the world. And I was going to sell it for because there's a car show that happens in our town, and I would have sold it for way more than what I was going to get or normally. Ended up getting in a wreck and totaling it. But there was always a fire extinguisher in the car, and each tire cost $300 to
Holy shit.
This was, turns out this car, I was like, yeah, it has about 300 horsepower, whatever. The guy working on it, he's like, do you know what this button does? He pointed to something, or a chip. And I was like, no, I don't know modifications of cars. I just know older cars. He's like, if you put this chip in here, he was holding it, the car would have 500 horsepower. I was like, come again?
Yeah.
He's like, you have a missile. and he's like, your car was built for track. It had big fat tires in the back. Gorgeous car. I always told my brother when he got it, I was like, how much you want to sell it? How much you want to sell it? He finally told me, he's like, if you want it, you can have it. You just have to come to LA, pick it up. We'll get it fixed, and you just have to pay like a couple $1,000s. I was like, deal. Where do I sign? I didn't even, I told my wife, I was like, we're getting this car. Like, it's just, there's no ifs, ands, or but. We're getting this car. And she's like, why? I was like, this is the most gorgeous Mustang of modern. And it was fun. The one issue, there's a few issues with it. I couldn't go, let me see if I can actually find it and I can show you guys. I'll do that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, Steve. And yeah, it's funny how just a computer chip can change horsepower output incredibly. But I've heard some of them you can burn up your motor faster too. And Steve, I've got an appointment to go kill forest creatures at 2:00. Just
all right, yeah, no problem. Let me see if I can find this and I can show you the Mustang.
It's funny how just a computer chip. So your drivetrain and your engine, everything was already there. You just needed the coding for the computer to allow it to really push itself.
Here, let me find it. It's coming up here. I gotta find the year. Oh man, where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. I'm gonna email it to me and then I can actually put it in. Not that Ferrari, not that Bugatti.
I always thought maybe a Toyota Land Cruiser too. A Jeep Willy, a Willy Jeep. I never thought of that. That'd be even better than a Toyota Land Cruiser.
A Willis Jeep. Yeah, I would love to have a Willis Jeep.
Was it 2009? Maybe it was November of 2019.
Ooh, Doc Pote has driven a 71 Dodge Charger. I bet you that went pretty fast.
Nice.
Yeah, Doc Steve actually came on and he showed us we did Russia, and Steve showed us photos of his trip to Russia a few years ago, and that was fantastic having you on, Steve. And it gave me an idea, just inviting, maybe have a co-host and sometimes having them show their photos and talk about places they've been. So Wes Kegel, if there's any, I know you've been on, you were on with what country did we do? Was it China?
China. Yes, it was China.
Yeah, I thought so. But if you had a trip somewhere that you wanted to come on and show off and talk about where you've been, I'd like to open up the stream for on Thursdays for people like that as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, never left the country. The farthest I've been is Hawaii.
Close enough.
Oh yeah, a travel stream on Hawaii would be fucking awesome. Are you joking? I've only been to Hawaii. Are you fucking you guys in America have so much opportunity. I don't know why Canada couldn't have conquered like Jamaica or some Caribbean. I mean, you've got the U.S. Virgin Islands for fuck's sake in the Caribbean.
Yeah, yep.
You've got Guam. That's part of the States.
American Samoa. American Samoa is part of the United States.
American Samoa.
Yeah.
You can go there without a passport.
Yep. They are
using your
they're not American citizens. They're American nationals in American Samoa. But same, right. We can go live there with without a passport.
Yeah. You're so lucky. I can go to fucking Newfoundland. Big deal.
And when I was in Hawaii, we stayed right. As a matter of fact, I visited all the sites that are now burnt to the ground. All those sites. This was back in '98.
If you have photos and you want to come on, that would be awesome.
I might have some. We stayed at the. We stayed at the Sheraton. At the Sheraton with where it it was the first resort built there because it's right next to that rock formation called Black Rock, where they dive off every night.
Oh yeah,
the cliff divers dive off that every night. I actually climbed up that during the day, and I jumped off. I didn't dive. I was not going head first. What?
You jumped?
So
oh yeah.
Whoa.
Comic Relief. Here's the thing. I got the pictures. Comic Relief Crusader. He's joining in right now. There's a lot of people jumping in. Oh dang! But here is the Mustang I owned.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm gonna go through a timeline.
Damn.
It was nice.
That
Each tire costs $300.
Uh-huh.
Very
speeding
expensive.
tickets. What? How much a month on speeding tickets?
None. There was a cop that pulled us over. There was 2 instances where I got pulled over, and a cop actually pulled me over. How you doing, not Canadian Spider-Man, Comic Relief Crusader? I'm glad you're here, man.
Hey.
I'm showing off
Mike.
the Mustang I used to have. You're muted. He's saying, God dang it. So this car, I got pulled over twice. One, I was with my wife and there was street racing going on, and the cop thought, hey, are you racing? I was like, no, I'm not, even though I could have smoked some people on this one. He's like, all right, cool. And I got pulled over one time because the guy wanted me to rev the engine. It was allowed. It was a 4.8 V8, 4.8 liter V8 engine. I was like, yes. It's a 308 edition of that one. And then there's the front of it.
Nice.
Here's the thing.
Nice.
Getting it washed, the water will drip into the passenger side. So I had to do a hand wash. It was gorgeous. There's that in
nice.
I think LA. It's such a gorgeous car, man. It's just, oh man, I miss it. I really do. Manual. If you filled up on gas, the gas gauge doesn't work because how the tank was positioned. That's what it looked like then.
Oh damn.
Did you let
your wife drive?
No, it was me.
Somebody T-bone you?
No.
Look at that, man. Oh man.
Damn.
So
right in the door post. They'll probably write that off because that's the frame. Hey Mike.
Can we hear Mike? I think you're still muted. Go into your settings on your computer. That might work. So how it happened was so it's a manual. It's a little bit trickier. I was up on a hill at a stop sign.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, we can, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I waited for a few seconds because there was a big truck and I couldn't see. And I started leaving. I was like, all right, I'm giving it 10, 15 seconds. Cool. I'm going. There's a Jaguar. That's how you pronounce it. It's not Jaguar. It's Jaguar.
Yep.
And this guy was going 50 miles an hour. I was at a stop sign. I've watched enough car accidents to veer enough to where it wouldn't affect me as bad. And both cars were told that I got the blame of it because I was at a stop sign. And I was like, the guy was going a lot faster. And even everyone else watching that was a witness all said he actually did I did a good job of veering away, trying to slow down and all this stuff. And the cop says, look, you were at a stop sign. There's nothing we can do. I was like, all right, cool. My insurance is fucking insane right now because of that accident. And I was going to sell it too. Yeah. I ended up going to the hospital. This is why I hate hospitals. I knew I had a small concussion because how do I know? I've given myself 8 concussions myself. I have
So
a
you have a
dent
small
right
head.
here. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
And they're like, we have to take you in. I was like, I don't know. I have a concussion. Let me go home. And they're like, no, we need you to do this and da, da, da. I was like, come on, I know what is going on. But yeah, it's that car. I'm not gonna lie, that car was fun. It was fun. The most impractical car ever, but it was fun in the sense of just the enjoyment of hearing a V8 engine. Even though the gas gauge was a little off sometimes, it was such a fun car. I'm not gonna lie. And seeing my wife drive it, I was like, God, you're hot. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the other thing, like when you see like a woman drive a truck, you're like, God, man. When you're single, you're like, man. When I see my wife drive a manual, I was like, that's the hottest thing ever.
Cool.
Like you're driving a manual. Yes.
Yeah, that was my Jeep. Was a manual. Matter of fact, I had it specifically. When I went to buy them, I had to actually wait because they had they didn't. Everything was automatic. I'm like, no. I'm not getting a Jeep if it's not standard. I said that's
a man.
That's a man's car.
Did you ever go off-roading?
On that note, Steve.
Oh yeah, I drove.
I gotta go kill some animals in the forest.
Oh, okay.
All right. You take care, man.
See you
I want
later,
to talk to you and see if you can. I'll talk to you after in the next couple of days.
Sure.
I'll talk to you and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But thanks for hanging out, man.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Good one, Spidey. Take it easy.
Canadian.
Spidey's
you
doing it. Damn it.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. It's hunting time right now. My buddy and I are gonna go.
Time for more
for a
deer
short
hearts.
Don't forget to bring that Mossberg Canadian Spider-Man.
It's there. It's there for the bears.
Yeah, you don't want the bears taking what you hunted. Yes.
No, I'm carrying slugs just for that reason. And sorry, Wes Cagle, please continue with your story and have a good day.
Oh, take care. Yeah, no, I took the Jeep to Sandy Hook National Park. It's on the end of the Barrier Islands off of New Jersey, and we my friend his parents lived down at the other end of the islands, and so he says let's drive down and we'll go onto the beach with it. They allow you that, so we had to deflate the tires just enough so that we could drive on the sand and stuff. But that was pretty much the only time I really went off-road. I didn't take it off-road very much.
It's fun doing that.
Yeah, it was still fun. It was still my favorite car of all time. And as a matter of fact, I had an accident with that thing. I mentioned it. I said it was like a tank. The front bumper was like cast iron, man. This thing was and it had these bumperettes in the back that were. I mean, now everything's plastic. These things were solid. I was coming home from work, and I was on 36 in Jersey here, and it was a curve right in the highway. And as I came around there, everything was backed up. They had been doing construction on the Outer Bridge crossing, and so I had to get hard on the brakes and stop. And I was like, "Oh, good, no issue because I'm not speeding or anything." Anyway, I look in the rearview mirror, and there's an oil tanker, one of those trucks, with oil coming. And I'm like, "Oh man, he ain't stopping. There's no way he's stopping." Slams right into the back of me. I took my foot off the brake and pitched the wheel because there was nobody in the lanes next to me. And he hit me, and I went 3 lanes to the right and like 6 cars up.
Dang.
Yeah, the ambulance came, took me to the hospital. My back is still messed up to this day. And this was 30 years ago, 35 years ago, almost 30 years ago. Anyway, my cousin came, and she actually drove my Jeep home from the scene. A tow truck had to come and tow the oil tanker away. I said, "This thing is a tank, man. You can't kill it." It was awesome.
What?
Yeah. 94 Jeep Wrangler.
I did. I think it was a 90, 95, 94, somewhere around there. We did off-roading stuff. It was fun.
Yeah. I probably should have taken it off road more and have more fun with it, but opportunities really didn't come up as much.
So here's this build.
Cool. Oh, yes.
So
that one all the way to the to on your that's your right side. It looks like the car I was talking about, GT40, but not quite.
It's not. It is the Ferrari.
Ah.
It looks similar to the GT40. It's not. It's this was around when the GT40 came. This was first before the GT40.
Cool.
And the GT40 beat this. If you ever watch Ford versus Ferrari, you'll see this in there. That was the battle.
Yeah.
The GT40.
That's an awesome movie.
Oh man. But Mike, if money was not an option? No issues at all. What would be, and take care, Dak Poet. What car would you want?
Yeah, dude.
And why?
Oh, that's easy. That is the most simplest question ever to ask me. Okay. 1978 Porsche 335.
Oh God. That makes my balls tinkle.
You're not. Oh yeah.
That's a nice one. Have you ever driven one? Have you ever been in
but
one?
I want to. No, because it's a racing car. It was solely a racing car.
Guess what?
And
I've driven
and there's
one.
a reason. Oh, you bastard!
I was
there's
a valet
reason
driver.
why. Oh, double bastard! There's a reason why specifically that car, right? Because again, and it goes back to my nerddom, right? Of 40th anniversary for Transformers. Jazz, the Autobot Jazz, is a Porsche, a 1978 Porsche, 935 Porsche, that racing car.
Do you know why that car is so fantastic?
Oh, because it beats, at that time, it beat a lot of cars.
Well, true, but do you know why?
It's because it's sexy, man. Is there any other reason?
But it's because of the clutch.
Oh.
It was the nicest clutch. I was a valet driver and I got paid $100 to do this.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning this at all. It was, there was a guy who had the Nissan GTR.
Ooh, yeah.
It was the showcase one. This sucker was fast. And he asked me, he's like, hey, when you're done, I've told this story before.
Yeah.
He's like, when you're done, meet me in the back. And I was like, oh man, this is where everything is going to go weird and dark. He just wanted me to gun it. He's like, I'll give you $100 to just gun it. It was nice.
Yeah.
And I've driven a 1964 and a half Mustang.
Oh.
It's not all that hopped up to be. It's not.
Right.
It's the 1960 Mustang, or no, the 19 one right before, no, the 350 GT, I think it is. Or the 250 GT, one of those Mustangs. Those were nice. But the Porsche that I drove that you like, oh my gosh.
I want that so
The
bad.
clutch is amazing. It is. I love that one. That's the only Porsche I like.
Right. My second choice, because I do have a second choice,
is a Pinto.
Is Ford Pinto. No, is a Chevrolet. Don't shoot me for this, but a Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. The G, what was it? The G3.
Oh, yeah. That's when they became very popular.
Yep. Or sorry, not G3, C3. The C3. Yeah.
If I'm picking a Corvette, it's got to be a 1958 convertible.
Here's the other thing. A Corvette is a guy who is in the middle age thinking, oh, yeah. I'll admit it. Corvettes have gotten nice. They look nice now. I'm like, all right, you guys are stepping up your game. My dream truck is pretty much There's a guy blowing his fucking trumpet every fucking night and day, and it's just annoying. But there is I want to get a Ford F-250.
Right.
Just to say, Mid just got big balls, baby. And John said 1979 Trans Am. Oh God, Bandit style.
Nice.
Oh, the Trans Am.
If I had a third one, it would be the Nissan Fairlady 280ZT.
Yes, that's
Now,
part of the
because-
Datsun.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But see, the only thing is with the Fairlady 280Z, there were like two different types, right? Because you have the ones that are closer to the doors, but the 280Z dash T had the side view mirrors further up on the hood, right?
Yes,
Which is a car that's harder to find than just the normal 280Zs, right? And
but the dream car that
280ZTs, that's one that I would definitely pick.
the dream car that I want is a DeLorean.
Yeah.
DeLorean, cool.
Here's the other thing: I'll never own one because I know all the issues with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can.
It's a gorgeous car. I don't care if it's
It
made
is.
by a cocaine loving infested dude. It's
No, but
fucking
they
awesome
brought
car.
them back. They brought them back for.
It looked like a fucking Porsche. It did.
No, but they brought back the classic ones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
but you
I-
got to get.
Texas.
They finally fixed it, but the new DeLorean, the electric one,
Yeah.
looked like a fucking.
Oh yeah, no, skip
Porsche.
the electric.
Even
ones.
the
No.
daughter, even DeLorean's daughter was like, "This is disgrace to the
Yeah.
DeLorean," and
Yeah.
they stopped it. They're not selling them anymore because of the amount of hate. And people thought, "Oh, this is a new Porsche." They're like, no, it's a DeLorean. I was like, "That's not a DeLorean. What looks like a DeLorean is the Cybertruck."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's where Elon was trolling DeLorean. It was like, "Look, I can make one
Probably.
better."
Yeah.
I have a buddy that owns a Cybertruck. He's like, "Dude, this thing is amazing." And I was like, "I'm never gonna own one." I remember I took an Uber from one of the bars, and this guy had the SUV version
Oh.
with the gull wings and everything. It is complete. Elon was trolling DeLorean. This
Nice.
guy hit ludicrous speed. When you've had enough alcohol in you,
Yes.
and then they hit ludicrous speed. How you doing, Mr. Nobody? That's a cool name. You start evaluating your life because I've
Yes.
never been in a car that goes that quick off the line,
Prepare for
And
imminent
this-
bowel release.
dude. And all I can think of was because he was a huge Mel Brooks fan, and I was like, "We
Yeah.
ain't found shit," and he died laughing. He's like,
Nice.
"Oh, thank God," because he's like, "You want to hit ludicrous speed?" And I was like, "Jam."
Do it.
Put the metal to the ground. Do it.
Do
now.
it.
Put the cookie down.
Make it happen. Jeez. No, there's
Well, that's
there's-
Lego build, guys. I've built 3 Legos in 2 days.
There we go. No, but if money was no option, those are the cars. Or probably, one of those nice mid 80s Lamborghinis.
Do you know who owns the James Bond car?
Which particular James Bond car?
Goldfinger.
Oh,
The Aston Martin.
the Aston Martin. Who?
Elon Musk.
Why am I not?
I'm going to ask him, can you adopt me even though we're like 20 years difference of age? Just adopt me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
My parents don't care. Just adopt me.
Oh, hold on one second.
All right. But
Yeah.
that is Lego build. I want to thank everyone for joining. Wes Cagle, I'm glad that you can actually join. It's been a long time to get you on here. I had a blast. This
Yeah,
is
it
a
was
lot of
fun.
fun.
It was fun.
Yes. And next week we're going to talk about on Manorama. Mama don't like no keyboard warriors. Pretty much what that means is you get 2 different types of men, or I should say 2 different types of guys, because men don't do this. Is when you doing keyboard warriors online, and when you meet the people in person, they quiver and get nervous and all that stuff. That's what a keyboard warrior is. No one in particular. There's someone who I knew from work that was like that, and I was like, we got to do this. Men don't do that. Men, what they say online, they'll back it up in person. That's the gist of that. And whenever the election is, I think it's November 5th, is the 2-year anniversary. That's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know what we're going to do. There'll be a drinking game for 30 minutes because I realize there's going to be a lot of alcohol poison if we did a drinking game the entire time. But that'll be the longest Manorama episode is the 2-year anniversary. It'll be starting around maybe 5, going to who knows when. It's going to be a long show, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And then 2 weeks after that is the 100th episode of Manorama. So if you have any questions you want the panel to answer, ask away. And we will, that's the whole entire thing, is we're going to answer all your questions, or at least try to. Because there is Diego who pops in every once in a while. He asked some pretty good questions. I was like, man, I want to get to these questions, but we're going to leave that for the 100th anniversary. And yeah, so that's Lego build. 3 cars in 2 days. All right. I know Disney Sheeper, he goes, I'm sending you the Millennium Falcon in Christmas. I don't know if it's the big one or it's the smaller one. I'm hoping the smaller one because I have room to do that one. If it's the big one, I don't know how it's going to be. But I want to thank everyone who's a part of this. I know Canadian Spider-Man. It's always good. We got to do another cooking episode. And Wes Cagle, I got to get you on Manorama. That's for sure.
That topic you're talking about sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think. See, if you're not willing to say something in person in real life, don't say it online.
There you go. Like for me, so on X, you probably know all the whole entire history of me on X with the community that we're a part of. I'm not very liked by them. Rightfully so. I'm very much, I grew up in a way where you confront the people and you do it in a way. I'm very blunt with what I say. And I don't know about the ramifications of when I am blunt, and that's why I'm kind of changing my tune, being very supportive of being nice and stuff. But man, there's some days where I'm just like, man, I could rip into this guy or chick or whoever. I don't care what gender, whatever 7,899 genders you pick, I will rip into you. When I rip into people, it's more of a, hey, you're doing something wrong, got to correct it kind of thing. It's kind of like a big brother situation, especially with streaming and all that stuff. And yeah, and it's gotten me in trouble here and there, but it's more of, if some people are like, oh, you're just a keyboard warrior. No, if you met me in person, like I could say a lot more things in person. It's thick skin. That's what it is. It's thick skin. If you're gonna push your balls around with me online, you got to do it in person. And if I come confront you and talk to you, like, the moment you kind of like, oh, I don't know, that's when I know, okay, you're kind of full of it and you're just a tough guy behind a keyboard. So yeah, Tuesday we're gonna correct that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah. But on that note, I want to say thank you, everyone, to making Legal Build happen. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. On that note, I will see you guys next week. And yeah, ciao.